Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Shouldn't be. It's my hot spot. Stick it outside, or starts out excellent connection.
Shut mine off and see if that helps.
I can't shut mine off because that's where my hot spot
I know.
is.
I know.
Well, we're going to try going here. We're having a little bit of streaming issues. Go figure. Opening night of the season, we always have some type of issues. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob back on the air. What is this, our fourth year?
Something like that, yep.
And we're bringing you Navarre Raider football. Turned out to be a beautiful night. The only day all week that hadn't rained.
I think the whole month of July it rained. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of folks are saying, hey, well, we need the rain. Well, okay. But I'd rather have a little bit of rain that we had rather than a hurricane.
So we are having a little bit of streaming issues here. I've been up here since about 2 o'clock. Had no issues coming up till about 6:30. Then I goes to stream live and having issues with my hotspot here.
So you're trying to say just as soon as I showed up, all things went to Hades?
No.
Okay.
It was prior to you getting here.
Okay.
So this Irish Bill for another year. 14th year for me, Bob. Isn't that? Gosh,
Time flies, man.
It sure does.
You look good, though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You really look good. I think you
so-
took off about 5 pounds of hair.
I did. it has gotten so hot around here, these parts,
I know.
over the last month or so, and we were out doing yard work, and Brenda Kay were out in the front yard, and I went inside, and I said, heck with this. Got out Brady's razor, and zzz, zzz, zzz.
Well, at least you didn't do the producer's hair.
Yeah. because we need her, but she's in North Carolina this weekend.
Is she?
It's her, celebrating her brother's 60th birthday this weekend.
Okay.
So, but this is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob, in and out. We're going to hopefully bring you a game tonight here. You know what? I just would like to go one season, Bob, without having any issues.
Yeah, I mean, we paid out the kazoo when I was doing Fort Walton football, but we plugged directly into a phone jack.
And that's what we're doing here. Basically, we're running
true.
it through a phone on a hotspot, but we're having widget still cutting in and out, and I know it's going to be a rough first start. Yes, indeed, it is. Tim checking in. Sounds like Tim is going to be able to join us back next season. So we should have our camera guy back for the home games next season. He's getting things squared away.
What's the name of the university and their cheer that he supports?
There you go. You guys, he does it about every day, Bob. He tests me. And Irish Bill says, ain't going to work. You can never get Irish Bill off kilter when it comes to that.
You know, we had...
And you can tell him what I'm not going to say.
Roll Tide.
So we will have some, looks like we're going to have some buffering issues here, and we're getting ready for the national anthem here coming up momentarily. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob on irishbillsports.com. And Mother Nature is not coming down on us right now, but the good old Wi-Fi here in the panhandle of Florida, it certainly is. So we're getting ready for the national anthem coming up here momentarily.
Pride of the Miracle Strip for Walton
And
Beach.
I don't know if it will be in cue with it or not, but they'll be coming from this far sideline, as you can see. The colors being brought over on the 50-yard line. The red, white, and blue of Fort Walton Beach, your alma mater, Bob.
Yep, absolutely.
And we'll keep on talking until things just say we've had enough.
Yeah.
And so is a cap a
Birthday present. I like it.
no? I mean, do I have to take that off because it's not really
true.
covering?
Pride of the Miracle Strip for Walton Beach Viking Marching Band.
A part of the Friday Night Light experience that I like, no matter where I go, what high school I venture to, where we go, from the bands to the student sections, to the players, to the coaches, and everything in between, the administrators at each school. The whole experience is what I love about doing Friday night football.
Right, and we kicked it off last week with some jamborees. Played a whole lot different ways. Fort Walton went on the road, Navarre went on the road and played West Florida. I think the varsity played the first half, JV played the second half. And different schools do it differently. Sometimes it's the other way around. JV plays first half, varsity second half. But
Navarre varsity played the first half. They were outscored 20-0 the first half. The varsity reserves played the third quarter, and then the JV played the fourth, and they won 28-0 in the second half. So overall, Navarre won 28-20, But the varsity wasn't at full strength. A few of their players did not play to keep them out for tonight's game against Fort Walton Beach.
Right. Absolutely. So out my way, South Walton hosted John Paul, St. John Paul out of Tallahassee, and John Paul beat them in a combined score of like 17-8 or something like that, holding South Walton to 8 points. And again, you don't know in these jamborees if coaches pull out all their playbooks and things like that. But St. John Paul last night in Tallahassee defeated a pretty good Rickards team, 35-33.
Yep.
And
John we all took Rickards last night.
Right.
And what I'm saying, when we all, Bob, myself, and Joe Settle, our good friend over in Niceville, he works on the chain gang over at Niceville. We pick a lot of the high school games every week.
Right.
And it's just for bragging rights. See who's comes out on top at the end, and we do some college games as well. And but it's all in fun. I'm looking over at Navarre, returning players and the yardage and the players that are coming back that we'll be looking at, or hopefully we'll see a lot more of this year. You got quarterback Hunter Feaster. He had limited action last year, 44 of 76, 491 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He also had 39 yards and a touchdown on 17 carries. E.J. Love, the sophomore now, is your leading back, coming back with 45 yards on 14 carries and a touchdown.
He showed a lot of promise last year as a true freshman, and those of you that follow Navarre football, not a lot of freshmen get to see the field as much as he did. And I think it started with, punt returns and kick returns. And then Jay Wall said, hey, guess what? We're going to put you in the backfield and let's see what you can do. And so I guess he will be the starting or at least in the beginning.
Him and Xavier Hamilton. Good to see that young man back after
a
year up at Andalusia.
Right.
And the receiving corps led last year by Terrence Marshall. Well, good thing. He's back.
Thank goodness.
23 receptions last year for 540 yards. A great average there from that young man. You're looking at about 24, 25 yards a catch. 6 touchdowns out of the sophomore, now junior. His brother Tyrell will be seeing a lot of action at wide receiver this year. But who I'm really looking forward to coming in is Philip Robas. He's also a junior. He had a great performance last week against West Florida. Look for big things out of all 3 of those young men at the wide receiver position. On defense, not much coming back.
Yeah.
They're led by Connor Blacks, 21 solo tackles, 8 assists, and Max Smith. We saw a lot of Max Smith through the first part of last year. He got a little banged up towards in the second half of the season. He comes in with 20 total tackles. So we're going to see a lot of new faces on the defensive side of the ball for Navarre.
Absolutely. Trying to get a gander at the game captains tonight. Looks like no surprise. Connor Black, Xavier Hamilton, and what was that? Jaden Columbine, offensive lineman, a sophomore.
And
66.
And number 16 coming in there is Josh. No, that's not Joshua Wilson. That looks more like Ricky Riley. They might have changed numbers on me there, Bob.
They could.
Because Ricky was number 6 last week. And don't be surprised, Kiona Moso is also out there, number 55.
I said 66.
But that is actually looks like number 16. That looks more like Ricky Riley instead of Joshua Wilson, because Josh plays defensive back for the Raiders. So
it looks like the Vikings won the toss, elected to defer.
Or that might be 15. That is 15. That is Philip Robas. They get those numbers scrunched up, and it's kind of hard to see them sometimes. But it looks like we are getting ready for football here at Steve Riggs Stadium. And the Raiders will be wearing their white jerseys, maroon numbers. They go with Under Armour jerseys this year, maroon pants, so it's a little different look for the Raiders this year. Fort Walton Beach would be coming out in their red, white, and blue uniform combination with the blue jerseys. And here comes your Raiders out of the, I'm going to say, the north end zone.
Yes.
And we're Coach Greenhall listening in Tennessee to the Navarre Raiders. Thanks, Coach. We're going to miss you here on the sideline this year. Coach up there getting a head coaching position up in Tennessee, in middle school, I believe.
Right.
So the Raiders, I believe, won the toss and they declined as they usually do. Or was it for Walton?
The Vikings won.
So Navarre will be getting the ball to start.
Yep.
So we're going to try to work through these streaming issues, so just bear with us. That happens. Fireworks going off on display here across the way here at Fort Walton Beach High School, just right off of Highway 98 here in downtown Fort Walton Beach. Your alma mater, as I stated earlier. What year was that you graduated, Bob?
1977.
1977. That was my freshman year in high school. So you're about 4 years. You got about 4 or 5 years on me.
4 or 5 pounds.
We won't go there.
But it's not raining. And
looks like Elijah Oswald will be doing the kickoff duties for the Vikings. Back deep for the Raiders. Terrence Marshall and Jaden Reese. Marshall on the near side, Reese on the far side. Raiders getting ready for their opening kickoff. They're going to adjust their return coverage. It's going to be a short kick. He kicked it away from, and it's going to be Reese going back and into the end zone for a touchback, and the Raiders will start at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're definitely, Terrence returned a couple last year, kickoffs, and at least one punt return for a touchdown. Special teams, they're going to try to keep it away from Terrence Marshall.
Coming out for the Vikings are led by senior defensive lineman Carter Tobick and Liam Dorman, 2 seniors on the defensive line for Tobick. Actually going to move back into the middle linebacker position. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their 20. It's going to be a handoff to E.J. Love off right tackle. He's got a big hole. He's going down to the 41-yard line. A gain of 21 for the young sophomore on the first down.
Little off tackle. Nice blocking up front.
And a Raider first down on the opening play. He almost broke that, Bob. They're going to spot it out to 20. So give him a 20-yard gain. That's a Raider first down.
And those of you that are familiar with Steve Riggs Stadium, it is artificial surface here.
Feaster back to pass. He's throwing to the back out of the backfield. It goes off the fingertips of Love, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Just needs to take a little bit off of those passes, give him a little bit to runner, because you get it under there, EJ's going to get to it.
Right.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders from their 40. Just underway here at Steve Riggs Stadium here in Fort Walton Beach. It's the opening of the 2022 campaign for the Navarre Raiders and the Fort Walton Beach Vikings here on IrishBillSports.com. Ricky Riley goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Love off right tackle. He's going to get out to the 44, give him 4 yards. Will bring up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Raiders at their own 46, let's call it the 44-yard line. Charlie Cottrell at center for the Raiders. He leads the host of Big Bubba's there. And he'll go over all those names here in just a minute. It's 3rd and 6 for the Raiders. Love in the backfield with Hunter Feaster. It's going to be Feaster rolling out to his left. He's got a receiver here at the 50. And Marshall drops. You do not see that very often. That might have been 6 right there. Greener pastures were in front of him. But the old football turf god said, not today.
Not today.
It's going to be 4th and 6 for the Raiders from their 44. So
I'm getting a little close to you, Bill. Don't take it personally.
We're a tight-knit family here. Ricky Riley in to do the punting duties for Navarre. 4th and 6. Raiders line up in punt formation. 1:03 off the clock there. We're at 10:57 of the opening quarter. No score here at Steve Rick Stadium. Tight bunch. End over end punt. It's going to take a bounce straight up, and it's going to come right to rest at the 27-yard line. 29-yard punt for Riley, and a Fort Walton Beach first down. Actually, I think that was number 5. That is actually Tyrell Marshall with the 29-yard punt.
And joining us in the booth is Tiger Mike.
The big man.
The one and only. Thanks for coming up, Mike. I know you had dad duties.
Garrison Hurst in his first start for the Vikings here. Transfer from Navarre a couple of years back. 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 24-yard line. It's going to be handoff for off right tackle. This guy is a load. About 6'1", about 240 at tailback for the Vikings. He's wearing 0. Bam Davis, a good name for a running back. He's going to get, give him a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. From the Raider 27, actually from the Viking 27-yard line. Kurtz in shotgun formation, twins to the near side, single to the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff. And he drops the ball, and the Raiders going to recover. Keono Moso with the recovery, and the Raiders in great field possession. Bam had a nice hole off right tackle, and he forgot something.
It's called a football.
And it's going to be the first takeaway for the Raider defense. And a fumble recovery for number 55, Keono Moso. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Viking 31. Feaster in the shotgun, Love to his left. It's going to be Feaster back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. Wide open for a Raider touchdown is Jaden Reese. A 31-yard touchdown strike from Feaster to Jaden Reese. And the Raiders have their first touchdown of the season. And the first completion of the year for Hunter Feaster.
Lined up in the slot, just went right down the middle. Looked like they threw into double coverage. He just outraced the Viking defensive backs.
And he just put enough air under it and allowed his receiver to just go get it.
Right.
Welcome to the booth, Tiger Mike. The Raiders up 6-0. Taylor Gardner with the extra point is going to make it 7-0 Navarre here with 10:05 to go in the opening quarter. Navarre on the board first. A 31-yard touchdown strike from Feaster to Jaden Reese. The junior to senior connection right there. And the Raiders on the board first. Big takeaway there for the Raider defense there, Bob.
Yeah, and that they did exactly what they needed to do. They need to take advantage of it and score, especially in the great field position as you mentioned. That's what you want to do when you're on the road. You want to score first, put the pressure on the home team, take the crowd out of it. Good crowd from both sides. Of course, we're on the senior side, the home side. Navarre brings almost on the other side of the field, good number of folks.
Taylor Gardner will be the hands-on guy for place kicking and field goals and extra points this year. Taylor wearing number 17. He's a senior as well. One of 25 Raiders that are seniors on this team. Gardner with an end-over-end kick. It's going to come down at the 9-yard line. It's going to be returned. A nice Turn to the outside, over to the 35, out to the 38-yard line. And he's going to push it out over the 40, out to the 44. Nice return.
Yeah,
there by Jadrian Edwards.
Whoever that outside shooter was gave outside contain, allowed him to come up the sidelines. You got to stay home on special teams there.
Stay home,
Go
young
your
man.
lanes.
Stay home.
Stay home, young man. Stay home.
Irish Bill and Seminole Bob here on the call tonight. Navarre Raider football on IrishBillSports.com, and Tiger Mike on the video camera. Garrison Kurtz in the shotgun from his own 44, trailing 7-0 here in the first quarter. It's going to be a quick hitter to the outside. Tightly defended there by number 5, Tyrell Marshall, the twin of Terrence Marshall.
Yep.
His older brother is playing center field here on defense.
I think the wide receiver heard some footsteps there.
You got Keon Amoso and Isaac Cole and Dom Cunningham on the offensive line. It's going to be almost an interception there by Connor Black, but it's going to fall incomplete.
He tried to sell it, didn't he? On the interception.
So that's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings from their own 44 after the nice return by Jadrian Edwards. They're going to send 3 receivers to the far side, single to the near side. Actually, they're going to spot Bam out here on the near side as well. That is one big back. Kurtz with the big hitter. Almost intercepted as Marshall jumped the route. And that's going to bring up 3 straight incomplete passes and a 4th down for the Vikings from their own 44.
Yeah, that's 2 plays in a row that Navarre almost intercepted. See if the Raiders can get a good return here.
High end over end pen, a good punt inside the 15, drives Black inside his own 10. He's going to get to the far side. He's got a wall over there on the far side, but he's going to be ran out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. It's going to be a return of 17 for Connor Black on a beautiful punt. The Raiders will take over their 3rd possession. Nice 17-yard return there for Black.
Looked like he ran 40 yards on that one, but it was positive yards.
They're going to spot the ball right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Hunter Feaster brings the offense back out. Love to his left. Trips to the near side. Single to the top of the screen. Vikings in their 3-4 defense, and then there must have been a penalty on that. So they're going to mark it back to the 15-yard line.
Personal foul, I guess. The big one. Did not see a flag. I'm not sure it changes the play call any, really. Inside the 30, going to run the ball.
First penalty of the year for the Raiders is a 15-yarder. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. It's going to be a handoff to Love. He cuts to the outside back, and a nice Johnny on the spot tackle there by Liam Dorman after a gain of, let's call it a 6. We're going to see a lot of the Southmore running back, E.J. Love. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders.
Look for the Raiders to use that with a fake and let Feaster carry the football.
Robus to the top of the screen. Reese and Marshall to the bottom. Ricky Riley the tight end. It's going to be a handoff to Love. He uses his blockers, gets to the outside, still on his feet. And everybody said that he is just a runner. They didn't see that play right there.
Ooh, mercy. He ran over. Vikings are tackling awful high. That's not something your defensive coaches want to see. You want to wrap them up low. He got his head turned sideways. It was not a face mask.
So that's going to be a 9-yard run for Love and another Raider first down. At their own 30-yard line. It's going to be Love to the outside. He's going to try and cut back. What a nice move, but a big tackle there by Alex Rushinchik. Rushinchak. There I go. I would get corrected by the PA guy. I don't mind. That way I know what to call him the rest of the game. Rushinchak.
Rushinchak. Well, they don't give us pronunciation guides on the rosters.
I'm not hooked on phonics either.
Looking to see Navarre gets a second back in here to give Love a little rest.
A gain of 3 for Love on first down. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders from their own 33. It's going to be Xavier Hamilton with a big move, and he's out over the 45, out to the 49-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 16 for Love. And a Raider first down. Actually, not Love. That would be Hamilton. His first carry on the Raiders in a Raiders uniform on varsity.
Kind of runs upright. Just found a hole. Positive gain.
1st and 10, Navarre. It's going to be Hamilton off right tackle this time as he gets into Fort Walton Beach territory down to the 45. A gain of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4.
I think we have some more big bubbas this year, Bill. Jackson Spalia, Riley Vester on that right side.
Dom Cunningham out there as well, I believe. And Ethan Newman. Cam Pollard, I meant. Nice run off right tackle for Hamilton. He's going to get down to the 39-yard line. It's going to be a gain of, let's call it 6, and another Raider first down. Raiders moving the ball on the ground.
Yep.
1st and 10, Navarre at the Fort Walton Beach 39. And stay with what works. Hamilton's going to bounce off one tackle, but he's not going to get off the second or third man, and he's going to lose 2 back to the 41-yard line.
You know, that delay may work with Love. I'm not sure works very well with Hamilton. Perhaps a little toss out of the backfield this time for Navarre on 2nd and 12.
Feaster's going to hand off a big tackle for loss there for the Vikings, all the way back to the 47-yard line. Ben Harkins on the tackle for loss, moves the Raiders all the way back to the Viking 48-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 7 for Love. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 19 for the Raiders. Love's going to push out to the right. He's got a receiver almost picked off there in the middle of the field by Darius Brundage, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A nice stand by the Viking defense, Bob.
Right after that second first down. Defense for Fort Walton sensing they needed, do something special, and that was almost there on that interception.
Tyrell Marshall in for his second punt of the first quarter as we're down to 5:40 to go. 7-0 Navarre here on opening night of the 2022 season. High snap, but Marshall gets it under control. A high over in and punt. It's going to bounce inside the 30 and take a Viking bounce out to the 29. So it's only going to end up being an 18-yard, actually a 19-yard punt for Marshall.
I think we have a mandatory water break.
And we'll take a commercial break along with them.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
1st and 10 for the Vikings out of the commercial break. Dwayne Clark with the tackle. Bam Davis off right behind his left guard, and it's going to be a gain of 3 for Davis. Will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Vikings. Garrison Kurtz at quarterback for the Vikings. Davis to his right. Twins to the near side, single to the top of the screen. 2nd and 7 for the Vikings from their own 31. They're going to throw a quick pass to the outside. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a gain out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 1. Didn't see who caught that pass.
Looked like number 5 for the Vikings, Jack.
It's only going to be a gain of 1, so Jack Tenholder with the reception, a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Vikings from their 33-yard line. Kurtz with pressure, and he just throws it away, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Vikings. Yeah, that was Tenholder with the reception. So it was only a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 now for the Vikings. Crestview up in the first half, 14-7. As they are playing down in Kissimmee against Ridley, Pennsylvania. It's going to be a punt out of bounds, and it's going to go out at the Raider 29-yard line. Well, they'll have 1st and 10 on their 4th possession of the first quarter.
They're playing in Kissimmee, aren't they?
They are.
Kissimmee.
Long road trip for the Bulldogs to start the season.
Not as long as from the team from Pennsylvania.
Good point.
Obviously, is it maybe a combined game, maybe a game tomorrow as well with another 2 high schools? I'm not sure.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from their 29. We're down to 4:02 on the clock here in the opening quarter. Yes, we are having streaming issues. It's going to be a quick hitter to Reese. He's going to cut back, and he's going to get a short gain out to the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the reception, his 2nd catch of the night. The only 2 receptions for Navarre receivers. That one's going to be, they're going to give him 5 yards on that one. 2nd and 5 for the Raiders from their own 34. Twins to both sides for Navarre. As Brown goes in motion, it's going to be a handoff to Love, but he's brought down in the backfield by Cole Hutchison. A loss back to the 33, a loss of 1. They'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Raiders.
Yeah, the 3-4 defense. The linemen for Fort Walton get good penetration.
Keon Elmoso had their fumble recovery that gave the Raiders their first down. Great field position for their first touchdown of the season. Feaster's going to roll out to his left. He's got a receiver at the first down marker, and he steps out of bounds in front of the Raiders bench at the 41. That is Philip Robus' first reception of the season. It's going to be a gain of 8 to Robus, and a Raider first down. Just about a yard past the line to gain, and the Raiders will move the chains.
Good coaching. Teaching those kids know where the down marker is. Get the first down.
1st and 10 Raiders from their 41. Love going to go off right tackle. He's going to get positive yardage out to the 45-yard line. Give him 4 yards. Will bring up 2nd and 6. Well, going back to my earlier statements, a lot of people look at Love as a track person running the ball. Right. He's not. If you've seen this young man in person, this young man is built for a sophomore. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders from their 45. It's going to be a quick hitter across the middle to Reese, He breaks one tackle. He's down the right sideline, inside the 30, and all the way down to the 27, 26-yard line.
That was a similar play on third down.
40-yard catch.
On third down when they wanted that quick hitter over the middle that was broken up, almost intercepted. They just reversed the pattern.
Actually, a 30-yard catch and a Raider first down. A handoff to Lev off left tackle with a big hole opened up by those big bubbas on the left side of the line.
Junior tight end Braden Brown for Navarre had a good seal block that time, assisting the bubbas.
It's going to be a gain of 8 for Love, and the 2nd and 2 coming up for Navarre.
That's what you want from your wide receivers and tight ends, be able on those sweeps.
Marshall to the near side. Brown goes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a handoff to Xavier Hamilton. He breaks one tackle. He was definitely going to lose yardage, but he's going to get positive yardage down to the 15. Even though it's just one, it's better than a 2-yard loss.
Yep. Good penetration by the nose tackle of Fort Walton.
It's going to be enough for a Raider first down. Give him 2 yards on the carry.
Setting up a corner out here for the wide receiver. There it is. He's there.
And it's going to be Jaden Reith with his 2nd touchdown reception of the night from 15 yards out. And the Raiders push their lead to 13-0. A 15-yard touchdown reception for Jaden Reith, his 2nd on the night. Four catches for 81 yards in the first quarter.
Wow.
For the Navarre senior, Jaden Reese. They get on the board with 50.8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Gardner's kick is good. Stretches the Raider lead to 14-0. And a nice night for a Reese here early on, Bob.
Yeah. Looks to be the go-to receiver from Feaster.
So a nice drive for the Raiders as they take the drive 85 yards. Have to move back on a 15-yard penalty. And
right.
They got the running game going, and then they went back to the pass. What's
did.
the old saying? Establish the run, it opens up the pass.
The Bears usually did that pretty well. Back in the Walter Payton days and the Gale Sayers days. I don't know about recently, Bill. But gosh, it's great to have football.
Oh, is it ever?
Week 0 in college football tomorrow. Duquesne out near Pittsburgh. The Dukes.
Duquesne out of Pittsburgh, PA.
They travel to Doak Campbell with their football team and $400,000 in their back pocket.
Nice. Gardner getting ready to put toe on leather from the 40. It's an end-over-end kick that's going to come inside the 5, actually right at the 5. He gets to the outside. Not as much room there on the return there for Jadrian Edwards. But a 55-yard kickoff down to the 5. And the Vikings will take over from their own 26-yard line, trailing 14-0.
Well, let's see if, Fort Walton panics.
Crestview up 21-7 now. 3 touchdown runs for the Bulldogs on the road. Raiders up 14-0 here. Garrison Kurtz brings the offense back out.
Fort Walton and Navarre haven't played that often, Bill, even though they're very, very close to one another.
Kurtz adjusts his wide receiver to the far side. Single to the near side. New back in there, number 34. Nice run to the outside. He's going to be met at the 35-yard line, but not before he gets a gain of 9, actually close to 10.
Flag on the play.
And that would be Jeremy Earl with the carry. but there is a flag on the far side. That might be wiped off the board. Illegal procedure against the Viking wipes out a first down carry for Earl.
Well, they call it a dead ball, so.
That's the first penalty of the ball game for Fort Walton.
And after that extra point attempt to tack on the 14th point, Jay went over to talk to that head linesman on that far side about the offside. So he may have got the call on that
First
one.
and 15, handoff off left tackle. Actually, that's right tackle. I'll get my directions mixed up here. Now is Earl on the carry. He's going to get 4 of those 5 yards back. Bring up second, and actually going to give him 3 yards. Kurtz on the near sideline.
Second down, I think, right?
Second down.
11.
Second down. Thank you. Going to give him 3 yards on that carry. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Let's take a commercial break at the end of 1. Navarre 14 and Fort Walton Beach 0. We'll be right back on IrishBillSports.com.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
Head to the second quarter. It's a 2nd and 12 for the Vikings from their own 24-yard line. And we have movement on the offensive line. That will back them up 5. Second penalty of the night for Fort Walton. And move it back to 2nd and 17. Well, the big turnover got the Raiders on the board early. 2nd and 17 for the Vikings from their 19. David, it's going to be almost intercepted off the hands of Robas and almost into the hands of Black, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 17.
Like a lot of pass plays, everything is, a matter of timing. So if a snap is low or, your vision is briefly blocked, that can really affect it. And it almost hurt Fort Walton there with an interception. That's at least 3 tonight that Navarre has almost picked off.
Got C.J. Hill in the defensive backfield at safety with Connor Black. Dante Core out there as well. Tyrone Marshall playing the corner on the far side of the field. 3rd and 17 for the Vikings. It's going to be a completed pass, but back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of 7 to Ethan Davis, but it's going to bring up 4th down. We'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Vikings. Second completed pass of the night for Kurtz. 2 of 7 for 8 yards. Connor Black standing on his own 39-yard line. It's going to be blocked by Clark. It's going to be blocked by Dwayne Clark. And the Raiders are going to have great field position inside the Viking 10-yard line.
High snap.
The punter kind of was a little slow reacting to that high snap, and that gave Clark plenty of time to get in and block the punt.
See if Navarre can take advantage. Once again, a miscue inside the 30.
First and goal for the Raiders. Hunter Feaster in the shotgun. Hamilton to his right in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Hamilton, and he's going to push inside the 5-yard line down to the 3. It's going to be a gain of 4 behind big number 73, Cameron Pollard. It's going to be second and goal from the 3.
2-yard line, I think.
Give him 5 yards then.
Same play.
5 yards on the carry. Second and goal from the 2. A gain of 1 for Hamilton as we're going to bring up third and goal at the 1. Scott on the actually that was Harkins on the tackle. Third and goal at the Viking 1-yard line. Raiders trying to put 7 more on the board after the block punt by Dwayne Clark.
Spreading them out here.
Reese goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Hamilton. He's going to be stuffed short of the goal line. No gain. It's going to bring up fourth and goal. And I would keep the offense out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely quarterback sneak time.
They're going to bring in the sophomore Anthony Gassaway. Keon Omoso. This is the heavy package for the Raiders offense. Xavier Hamilton coming back out. Might be running out of the Wildcat with Hamilton.
Could be. Navarre showed a little bit of this last year.
Hamilton in the Wildcat. And he's going to get in for the touchdown. His first varsity touchdown for Navarre as they run the Wildcat from the 1 on fourth and goal. Raiders.
Well designed. Well designed. He could pick his hole.
He just found room behind his big pile of Big Bubbas?
Big Bubbas.
And he went off left behind the left guard into the end zone for his first varsity touchdown at the 9:50 mark of the second quarter.
Offsides Fort Walton. So that'll move it up half the distance. Or they could decline the penalty and keep it there. Yep.
20-0 Navarre here early in the second quarter.
Navarre has run out of the swinging gate before, but not this time.
Give him about a half a yard closer. So it'll be a 19.5-yard extra point here for the Raiders. Gardner's kick is up. It is good, and it is through. Raiders 21, Fort Walton Beast nothing as the Raiders take the short field, and they put 7 more on the board to take a 21-0 lead.
Got to be opportunistic, even though this is a non-district game. Navarre played West Florida, who's a very good team. Very good. Pine Forest is too. We'll see them in
next
September.
Week.
So, again, you don't know what we showed, what we didn't show. But I know Jay Walls wanted to come out and make a statement to Northwest Florida and to the district, which includes what? Milton, Pace.
Basically Santa Rosa County plus Tate.
And we go to Tate and the infamous Army Cannon in a district game. I think
they suffered a tough one to Pine Forest last night, 34-0.
Oof.
New coach out there.
And I've heard from my sources that Pine Forest is also loaded.
They're the number 1 team in Class 3S.
I know.
I had to come up with these new classifications. I'm still learning them.
Yes. Well, in the military, you were what, 4F?
Yeah, I was more like a 36 small.
Oh, there you go. Ba-dum-bum.
Gardner with the kickoff. He's putting toe on leather from the 40, coming from the south end zone. It's a high end-over-end kick that's going to come down at the 8. Good coverage by the Raiders special teams. He's met right there. And a big tackle there by Landon Mensler at the 19. 52-yard kickoff with a 11-yard return.
How's Brady Hamill doing? Your son, graduate, got his master's degree.
He is actually running one-on-one kicking out of Pensacola now.
Okay, he's running the
Reese
show.
Griffith, the fine kicker up at Pace, is one of his trainees.
Okay.
And he is actually delivering groceries, making a pretty darn good living at it. Getting ready to take his AFOQT to go into the Air Force and become an officer.
Air
Force Officer Qualification Test.
I thought it was like 2S or 3S.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 19. It's going to be handoff on the jet sweep. Nice push out there by Robes. And that allows Connor Black to come up and make the tackle for loss back to the 17-yard line.
I mean, that's pure anticipation. A lot of time in the film room watching film, anticipating, seeing the jet sweep. Phillip made him bounce out wider. Didn't make the tackle, but, you got to give him an assist on that for slowing him down.
Once again, folks, I want to apologize for the streaming issues that we're having, but we're going to continue to call the game so at least you can hear it on irishbillsports.com. A low snap. It's going to be Kurtz on the keeper. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 2.
Yeah, that snap bounced back to him. Pretty good hands. Made a positive gain out of it.
It's got to be a little different. You're playing against a team where you started your freshman and sophomore years, and then you come over to Fort Walton your junior year. Right. You sit a year under Coach Petrie, learning the Viking offense, and now you come out your senior season with a lot to prove against your old team.
Yep.
It's going to be 3rd and 9. They give them 3 yards on that scramble. 3rd and 9 for the Vikings from their 20. 21-0, Navarre out on top. Kurtz trying with the hitter across the middle. Mensler on the tight coverage along there with Dante Core, another sophomore. You're going to hear a lot of sophomores on this Raider defense. Also back there, Trey Bragg, the defensive back. He's a senior as well. So that will send the Vikings back out to punt for, I believe, the 3rd time on the night. And the Raiders not sending anybody deep. Now Connor Black goes back.
He dropped the ball, partially blocked.
And it's going to take a Raider snap, so they're going to get great field position once again, and it's going to go out of bounds at the Viking 27-yard line. It's going to be a 7-yard punt. And the Raiders got great field position once again, Bob.
Yeah, the snap was fine. He just simply dropped it or bobbled it. Again.
So I appreciate everybody. We'll try to see if I don't think we'll be able to do anything this evening. So just continue to listen to the broadcast, and we'll describe it as best as possible. Raiders great field position at the Fort Walton Beach 27-yard line. Xavier Hamilton in the backfield to the left of Hunter Feaster. Both juniors in this Raider offense. Hunter Feaster back, and he's got Marshall for the touchdown from 27 yards out as they were picking on Jeremiah Norman. And the Raiders, there's a flag on the play at the 29. So hold your horses, folks. Coach Wall's trying to get an explanation on the far sideline. An eligible man downfield, so take the points off the board.
Somebody was covered up.
So that's going to move the Raiders back 5 yards, back to the 32. Bring up 1st and 15. Their second penalty of the night.
What was that we used to draw up on Sandlot? Same play. Maybe go to the other side.
And that was the first time that he's looked at Marshall all night.
Yeah. Well, Marshall did drop a pass early in the game.
I stand corrected.
Yep.
I am standing, though. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Raiders from the 32. It's going to be a handoff to Hamilton, and he's met by a host of Viking defenders at the 32-yard line. No gain for Hamilton, and bring up 2nd and 15. Hamilton in at running back, giving E.J. Love a rest here in the second quarter. 2nd and 15 for the Raiders. Robas and Reese to the top of the screen. Ricky Riley and Terrence Marshall to the bottom of the screen. Riley goes in motion. Feaster back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield and in the end zone. Great coverage. The ball was a little bit underthrown, but great coverage nonetheless by Jadrian Edwards. It's J''Drian. Jadrian.
Yeah, it was underthrown. I think wind might have had something to do with it there. It hung up. Looks like Navarre's keeping its offense on the field.
It's 3rd and long 15 for the Raiders at the Fort Walton Beach 32-yard line.
That's why they're keeping them on the field.
It's going to be a quick hitter to Reese. He's going to cut back to the outside, and he's going to get back to the 1 yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 5 to Reese on his 5th catch of the night. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 for the Raiders.
Field goal unit, perhaps?
4th and 12 for the Raiders. And they're going to send out Gardner for a 46-yard field goal attempt. And the Navarre record is 47, held by Preston Penton.
Preston Penton, there's a name out of the past.
He broke the previous high by my son Brady and Stephen Householder. 43 yards, stood for a long time in Raider history. Kick is up. Is it long enough? It is long enough. 46-yard field goal. If it was 46 and a half, it wouldn't have made it. But the second longest field goal in Raider history right there, folks, from 46 yards out by Taylor Gardner.
Wow.
At the 6:15 mark of the second quarter.
That would be a good question for Brady, kicking off of synthetic turf versus kicking off of real grass. Is there a difference to the kicker?
He loves turf. He'll take turf anytime. Take turf every single time.
Right.
So a 46-yard field goal by Gardner stretches the lead out to 24-0. Great confidence there by your coach to give the young man a try.
Yeah, I mean, you were too far for a punt. Why not?
And 4th and 12, a little bit too far to go for it, so why not?
And the way Navarre defense has been playing, again, why not?
And that's got to give that young man confidence in himself. His first field goal attempt on the season. This one, the second longest ever in Navarre history at 46 yards. Now they're getting ready to put toe on leather for the kickoff. It's an end-over-end kick that's going to come down at the 8. It's going to be misplayed, but handled by the Vikings special teams. Nice return here to the outside. He cuts it back in. Jaden Reese on the tackle there at the 40-yard line. And also there on the tackle is Dante Core, but the Vikings going to have great field position after the 52-yard kickoff.
Well, needless to say for Gardner, that was probably a personal best, too, as far as in an official game.
So the Vikings going to have good field position at the 41 as we 6:11 on the clock. 24-0 Navarre. Once again, folks, I apologize for the streaming issues that we're having. At least you can hear me and Bob. Well, some people, I don't know if they like that or not, but nonetheless, we're here anyways.
Yeah, the video goes in and out. We apologize.
1st and 10 for the Vikings. Kurtz back to pass. He's feeling pressure by Cole. He's going to get rid of it as he had a receiver right there about the midfield stripe. Jeremy Earl, but it's going to fall incomplete. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. 2 of 8 for 8 yards for Kurtz. Not the start that he had hoped for going against his team where he started playing football at in high school. 24-0 Navarre. 6:09 on the clock here in the second quarter. Kurtz with a 2nd and 10 from his own 41. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Bam Davis, but he's going to be the first hit there by Dwayne Clark. Then brought down by Philip Robas and Keona Moso. And he's going to gain 1 on the play, so give him 3rd and 9 coming up for the Vikings.
You know, over in, I think it's Liberty County, no more Coach Bo over in Bluntstown.
No, Coach Bo is up in Georgia now at Coffee High School.
Coffee High School, yep.
And Greg Jordan takes back over at Bluntstown. He was there previously. 3rd and 9 for the Vikings from their 42, trailing 24-0. It's going to be Kurtz on the keeper. He's going to get out over the 45, out to the 47. Give him 5 yards on the keeper. Will bring up 4th and 4.
Might have been an audible at the line of scrimmage. Kurtz may have seen something. Looked like a straight run.
And we're down under 6 minutes to go. Actually approaching 5 minutes to go here and in the first half. We're going to take a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout with them and a commercial break. And we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
4th and 4 for the Vikings. They punt the ball away. It's going to take a Raider bounce out to the 29-yard line where they'll start their 3rd possession of the second quarter. And they're up on top 24-0 here at Steve Riggs Stadium. Here, opening season for both the Vikings and the Raiders here on this 26th day of August, 2022.
Do I see our good friend Tommy Johnson down there?
You do. Defensive coach.
Coordinator. Yep.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Hunter Feaster brings the offense back, and E.J. Love in the backfield to his left. Twins to the near side, single to the top. 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 29, and they're going to get the Vikings to jump off sides. Good snap count, gets the defense to go off sides. Bring out 1st and 5 for the Raiders out to the 34-yard line of their own. Feaster wearing number 11 this year, as he did last year for the Raiders as a backup to Kyle Chambers. Chambers off at Faulkner College now. It's going to be handoff to Love. He gets back to line of scrimmage and it gets it stripped. And the Vikings are going to recover at the 36-yard line. So the Vikings get a turnover back of their own. Raiders' first turnover of the season.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again. It looked like he was down.
So they're going to take over after the fumble at the Raider 36-yard line, with by far their best field position of the game. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 36 of Navarre. The Vikings in their blue jerseys, white pants. The Viking logo on the side of the helmet. 1st and 10. Kurtz back to pass.
Could have been a little bit of holding over there. I think Navarre got away with that one.
They're going to call it incomplete. I was looking for the flag myself. Garrison struggling a little bit. 2 for 9 passing for 8 yards. In his first varsity start here his senior season. Here at Fort Walton Beach. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the Raider 36. As we're down to 4:52 on the clock here in the second quarter. 24-0 Navarre. Kurt's going to quick out to the near side. Completed pass. And the ball is on the turf, and the Raiders going to get the ball right back. Completed pass and a nice first down reception by Sam Rusinchak. But they're going to give the ball right back to the Raiders.
He made a good move on the corner. Head up field. Strip from behind. Was it the 4th turnover? 3rd turnover?
3rd turnover of the game.
Yep. With a block punt, fumble recovery, and another fumble recovery.
So Raiders going to take over with 4:45 on the clock from their own 26-yard line. First and 10 for Navarre. It's going to be a E.J. Love and the jet sweep as they push him outside. And he's going to get out over the 30, out to the 33, give him 7 on the carry.
I like that play call on the jet sweep with him. He can make his own holes, make his own pathway by his jukes.
2nd and about 3.5 for the Raiders. Quick hitter to Robus on the outside. He's going to get out over the 40, out to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 12 for Robus, his 2nd catch of the night for 20 yards.
A lot more confidence I see Phillip this year in his route running and his pass catching. Raiders always seem to get somebody with just sure hands.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 45. 8th first down of the ball game. Feaster in the shotgun. Back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's got Ricky Riley as tight end across the middle. He's going to get inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 17. Gain of 17 to Riley, his first catch on the season.
It's nice having 2nd and 3rd and 4th options for Feaster and the wide receiving core.
1st and 10 Navarre at the Fort Walton Beast 38 as we're down to 3:58 on the clock. 24-0 Navarre. It's going to be Anthony Gasaway, his first varsity carry. He's going to get down about the 37, give him a yard. And yes, that's what it pays to go to a preseason kickoff, because you'll start learning the names with the numbers, and
right.
You don't have to look at the roster quite as much. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders after a gain of 1 by Gasaway. Xavier Hamilton back in to the left of Feaster. And it's going to be a quick hitter to Robas. He's inside the 30, down to the 27.
First down.
Give him 11 yards to Robas, his 3rd catch on the night. Little pitch and catch there. Another Raider first down. Their 10th on the night. And they're moving the ball down deep into Viking territory at the 27. Riley out. Brown back in. Braden Brown, number 87. Terrence Marshall looking for his first catch on the night. He's feeling a little lonely out here on the near side. First and 10, Navarre. It's going to be a handoff. There is E.J. Love out of the jet sweep once again down to the 21. Give him 6. 2nd and 4 for Navarre. 60 yards on 12 carries for Love. He comes out after that play. Xavier Hamilton back in. Reese and Robas to the far top of the screen. Marshall to the bottom. 2nd and 4. And another catch by Reese. His 3rd touchdown reception of the night. What a beautiful reception as the ball was a little underthrown there, Bob.
Yep, threw it. Nice concentration. He looked for the ball. I'm not sure the defensive back saw it. 6 points for Navarre.
Or maybe that was by design. All 3 touchdown passes have gone to Jaden Reese. The Raiders stretch their lead to 30-0 as they go on the board at the 2:13 mark. Gardner's kick is up and good. 21-yard touchdown reception for Jaden Reese, his 3rd reception of the night.
Is that 4 touchdown passes for Feaster or just 3?
That is 3. Hamilton got the 4th and goal carry.
That's right.
And then the field goal.
It's quite a first half for Feaster. I know that makes
been kind of
Jay
feast or
Walls
famine, huh?
Feast or famine, and you got to love CJ.
You got to get it on in early in the season.
Yeah, well.
31-0 Navarre on top. Jaden Reese with 6 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 107 yards. And you can remember the most is the only game I've missed in the last 13 years. I was in Ohio when Tyler England had 4 against Crestview.
Yep.
He also had 3 interceptions that night.
That's right. That's true.
But that's the most in Navarre history is 4 touchdown receptions in a game.
It might get tied tonight.
Gardner with toe on leather coming up. 31-0 Navarre. It's an end-over-end kick that's going to come down at the 13-yard line. It's returnable. One thing that Navarre is definitely going to have to work on is their coverage. They've allowed a couple of long runs on the kickoffs.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a tackle there by number 28, Connor Matthews.
You know what else is going on at Doak Campbell tomorrow? First time in a long time that Gene Deckerhoff won't be behind the microphone.
No, I got to meet Gene in 2010 when Navarre played Lincoln in the state 3rd round of the state playoffs because he did the broadcast for that game. And I got to, what an awesome man.
Yeah, he is. I met him up in Syracuse when Florida State played Syracuse the first time.
31-0 Navarre here in the second quarter. Kurtz bringing the offense out. 1st and 10 from the 30. 2:05 on the clock here in the second quarter. Kurtz back to pass. He's going to try to hit his back out of the backfield that was in motion. That was Jack Tenholder, but he's going to allow it to slip through his fingers and fall to the ground. 2nd and 10 for Walton. Three of 11 passing for 21 yards for Kurtz. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings with 2:02 on the clock here in the second quarter. They're going to send trips to the near sides, twins to the top. 2nd and long. Kurtz rushed out of the pocket. He's going to get it off to his back wasn't looking. And he's going to fall incomplete. He'll bring up 3rd and 10. It's nice to be back in the booth, isn't it, Bob?
It is. It sure is.
Very tight quarters here at Fort Walton Beach High School.
I did use deodorant. I hope you did.
Did you take a shower today?
I did. Early this morning.
Tiger Mike and I both appreciate that.
I did. Well, there you go.
We're going to have a timeout on the field. We're going to stay right here.
For Navarre, after tonight, our opponent next week, non-district game, home opener, Pine Forest, followed by Rickards on the road. Those are both non-district games. Then our first district game is on the 16th against Tate up in Gonzales. That also is an away matchup. And we come back home on a non-district contest on the 23rd facing the Lions of Leon.
Which we were 2-0 against all time.
Yep.
Haven't lost to the Lions of Leon. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Trips to the near side, twins to the top. Vikings from their own 30-yard line. Kurtz back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open and a first down catch. Out over the 46, out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 19 to 10 Holder.
Threw it in double coverage. Just wide receiver just found a seam.
A gain of 19. And a Viking first down, their first of the ball game. First and 10 from their 49. Kurtz back to pass. He throws one down over the head of his intended receiver. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
And if my math is correct, after Leon, I think that is the bye week for Navarre.
That is correct. September 30th, the bye week. Then a Thursday night game against Mosley over in Panama City. Road trip,
non-district.
Non-district.
We come home on, we get an extra day, of course, and we face Milton and Pace back-to-back in
at home.
district. Yep, that's big.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings from their 49. 1:26 on the clock, 31-0 Navarre. Kurtz back to pass. Another pass completion. This one goes to Ethan Davis down to the Raider 34-yard line, a gain of 17.
Then we take a trip down Highway 98 to play Gulf Breeze and the final district game. But that's not the last game of the year. We finish at home on senior night against Niceville.
1:04 to go here for the Vikings. They're down in Raider territory, down at the 34. Their furthest penetration into Raider territory. Kurtz is going to run out of bounds. He's going to get, let's call it down at the 31, so give him 3 yards on the scamper. Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Vikings at the Raider 31. Clock stops at 55.3 to go here in the second quarter. 31-0 Navarre.
Well, it's not Notre Dame playing in Dublin. It's Nebraska at Northwestern.
And did you see how many Nebraska fans traveled for that game?
No.
Just like they always do. They sell out. They have the longest sellout streak in college football.
Holy cow.
But I'm not sure if this is who's the home team in this game.
Yeah.
Kurtz back to pass. He throws one. It's going to be intercepted inside the 10-yard line. That's Trey Bragg with the interception. That's the 3rd takeaway for the Raider defense. Trey Bragg just gets the feet in before he falls out of bounds.
High school and college, what? You just need 1 foot in bounds?
1 foot.
12 inches?
Coach Petrie and Garrison have a little conversation here on the near sideline. Probably not too favorable for the young man.
No.
The Raiders going to take over inside their own 10 at the 6-yard line on the interception by senior Trey Bragg. Hunter Feaster standing at his own goal line. E.J. Love in the backfield with him.
Delay of game.
I think we're going to have a delay a game against Navarre. It'll be a 3-yard penalty.
One of the few calls the back judge makes, other than interference or personal fouls.
It's going to be 1st and 13 now. And we're going to have, he just got outside the goal line. A loss of 2 for Love. A great defensive play there. Tobik on the tackle for loss. And the Raiders might just let this, once they set the play clock, they have not started the play clock yet, so that might have been the last play of the first half. Because the play clock is at 25 and they've yet to start it. So the Raiders may just let this one go to the half as they're about their half-yard line. Maybe quarter-yard line or 1/16th, or I was never very good at math.
Close.
We're going to go to the half with Navarre on top, 31-0. This Irish Bill with Seminole Bob. Tiger Mike doing his yeoman's effort on the camera tonight for what that is worth with our issues that we're having. But Navarre 31 and Fort Walton Beach nothing. We're going to go to a lengthy commercial break, and then we'll be back for our halftime updates. It's Irish Bill, Tiger Mike, Seminole Bob.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help. Because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Welcome back to Fort Walton Beach. It's halftime here at Steve Riggs Stadium. And the Raiders out on top 31-0. And what a first half performance for Hunter Feaster at quarterback and the senior wide receiver Jaden Reese. 6 receptions in the first half and 3 touchdowns, totaling 107 yards. Hunter Feaster is 10 of 15 in the first half for 155 yards and 3 scores. A nice first half for the quarterback from Navarre.
Yeah, it seemed to be flawless.
I guess it would help if I turn your mic on.
That's okay. Yeah, it seemed pretty much flawless. One throw or so, but other than that, it was pretty flawless.
He's had a couple of drops as well, or
Yes.
his stats could have been a lot
That's
better.
what I'm saying. He's thrown the ball well, except the receivers have, like you said, had a few drops. So it was for him, throwing wise. I think he was on target and he was where he needed to be.
Well, Jaden Reese in the Kickoff Classic last week had an 80-some yard touchdown reception to get the Raiders offense going in the second half. But as we said, the first half, missing a few players, holding them out for tonight's game. West Florida took the first half 20-0. Navarre comes back and wins the second half 28-0. The Raiders very young. They have over 50 sophomores and juniors on this varsity team. They have over 20 seniors, but some of those juniors will be getting some playing time down on JV.
Well, yeah, it takes a mixture of experience and young talent. It looks like they have it. I mean, this is the first time I've seen Navarre this year, and I don't get to see him as often as you do. And actually, I didn't expect Fort Walton to be much of a threat to Navarre tonight, but they're playing hard.
Navarre with 249 yards of offense in the first half. 155 passing, 94 rushing. Pretty balanced attack for the Raiders, as they went for 86 yards in the second quarter. And they've held Fort Walton Beach to 76 yards, most of that in that last drive there, Mike.
Yeah, but, what's hurt Fort Walton a lot is turnovers. They've been turning the ball over, 4 times?
3 times, two fumbles and an interception there towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, right there when they were driving.
So you're struggling on offense, and then you're turning the ball over. That's a pretty bad combination.
Oh, without a doubt. You turn over three times in a game, you're about 90% you're going to lose the game.
Most definitely, and I'm so happy that we're away from the non-playing portion of the season.
I agree.
It seems like it just drags and drags and drags. But look at some of the other offensive numbers, as we stated what Jaden Reese's numbers are. 3 catches for Philip Robas, a junior wide receiver, for 31 yards. 1 reception to Ricky Riley, the tight end, for 16 yards, actually 17 yards. On the ground, 58 yards for E.J. Love, 35 for Xavier Hamilton. The Raiders, like I said, with 94 yards rushing and 155 passing. Garrison Hurst having a tough first half, 5 of 16 for 57 yards, and the pick there at the end of the half, and only 19 yards rushing for the Viking offense. So when you can't get the rushing game going, it's tough to get the passing game going, as we were talking about earlier for Navarre.
Yeah, I mean, in football, no matter what level you're at, the running game gets your offense. If you can run the ball, then it opens up the field. You spread the defense out, and then your passing game goes to work.
Most definitely. I've got the Raiders hosting number 1 Pine Forest next week in Class 3S, the new classifications. In fact, I'm going to bring up my website here real quick. That's Irish Bill Sports. A little free plug right there, irishbillsports.com. And we're going to go over the new districts this year, because a lot of people were just getting used to the way that it was. And, well, this ain't your grandma's kitchen anymore. You know, things change.
Well, they do. They do. I mean, with districts, certain areas growing, other ones decreasing, so to speak. Yeah, it's constantly going to be changing.
Well, this is how that sets up this year. Class 4S, which is suburban. 4S is the highest classification in Class 4S. The District 1 is Pace, Gulf Breeze, Milton, Navarre, and Tate. Class 4S District 2 is Childs, Crestview, Mosley, Leon, and Niceville. Class 3S, District 1, Pine Forest, Escambia, Fort Walton, Washington, and Choctaw. Class 3S, District 2, Arnold, Lincoln, and Rickards. Class 2S, District 1, Pensacola, Catholic, Walton, and West Florida. Class 2S, District 2, Bay, North Bay Haven, Rutherford, and South Walton. Class 2S, District 3, Florida High, Gadsden County, Godby, and Mariana. Class 2S, District 4, Sewanee, Taylor County, and Wakulla. Then we move down to Class 1S, District 1, Maclay, Monroe-Day, North Florida Christian, and Rocky Bayou. District 2, St. John Paul II, Osceola Christian, and FAMU DRS. And then 2 districts in the Panhandle in Class 1R, which is the rural districts.
Okay.
You got Baker, Bozeman, Chipley, Freeport, Graceville, Holmes County, Jay, Northview, Vernon. And folks, there will not be a test at the end of this, so you don't need to. You can always go back and look at them. In Class 1R, you got Bluntstown, Cottondale, Franklin County, Jefferson County, Liberty County, Port St. Joe, Sneads, and my favorite high school to pronounce, Weewahitchka.
Weewahitchka.
So those are your new classifications, and I will keep these up to date on my website, so you don't need to go looking all over the Panhandle. So once the games have concluded for the weekend, I go in and update my site, and we'll have all of those updated. So you can go just to my site, and you can see all the classifications as they said.
In the changes that you're saying, who has stayed from previous districts last year to this year? Who stayed with Navarre in the same district?
Wow, I'm trying to remember the previous district. Let's see if I got those. I think I got it still here printed out from last fall. Okay. Last year's Class 7A, it was Niceville, Navarre, Crestview, Pace, and Tate. So Pace, Tate, and Navarre are in the same district from last year. In Class 6A, Pine Forest, Gulf Breeze, Escambia, Washington, and Milton. So you got some teams that move up into the higher classifications and stay. So a lot of new places, a lot of new faces in those new places. So it's going to be interesting to see how this season comes on. Navarre with a 31-0 lead here at the half. Touchdowns, 3 to Jaden Race from Hunter Feaster, 1 to Xavier Hamilton. And a 46-yard field goal by Taylor Gardner. And those are the 4 touchdowns for Navarre. And the Vikings have yet to smell the end zone here on this opening night. We're going to go out for another long commercial break, and we'll be back with second half action. Navarre 31, Fort Walton Beach on IrishBillSports.com. We'll be back after this break.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. urslalahouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Welcome back at the half. It's 31-0 Navarre over Fort Walton Beach. And we're going to the scoreboard here, the FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard. My good friend Joshua Wilson, what a great job he does. In the third quarter, Liberty County 7-0 over Vernon. Niceville over North Miami Beach 21-6 in the third quarter. North Bay Haven over Franklin County 29-0 in the third. At the half, Mosley 10-0 over Delaware Valley out of Pennsylvania, and 10-0 Mosley lead. At the half, W.S. Neal over Jay 13-0. Bluntstown over Freeport 35-7. At the half, Bay over Arnold 20-7. At the half, Walton over Mariana 28-7. Crestview over Ridley in the second quarter 43-14. Wow, the Bulldogs coming out to play tonight. South Walton over Baker 14-0. Gulf Breeze over Fairhope, 21-14 in the second quarter. Rocky Bayou Christian over Snook Christian, 51-6 in the second quarter on the road. West Florida 14-0 over Escambia. No score in Booker T. Washington, Pensacola. Bozeman and Geneva, Chipley and Rutherford. Holmes County 16-0 over Graceville in the first quarter. Flomaton over Northview 20-19. And no score in the prior Pensacola Catholic game.
I'll tell you that South Walton over Baker at the moment.
That surprises me a little bit. They must be holding the young Caleb Wagner to not many yards rushing there. Caleb just had a feature done on ESPN. Caleb has one arm.
Oh, okay.
He has his right arm down to just below the elbow. But he was at birth, so he's been playing the sports all his life with it. He was on a state championship team 2 years ago for Baker. He's only had 4 fumbles, and he's played since his freshman year. And he's a senior now. Only 4 fumbles in his career so far, and he's already committed to Southern Illinois, an FCS school, to play college football.
Isn't that the Salukis?
The Salukis.
Nice.
So, an FCS offer came, and Caleb is committed to Southern Illinois. So, the team's coming out here to start the second half. We've gone over the scoreboard. Delaware Valley on the board now. Cut the Mosley lead 10-7. A long road trip for that team. Both of the Pennsylvania teams coming down to Florida to play. And the Raiders comfortably out on top.
You think Coach is going to play a lot of the freshmen and sophomores this half?
No freshmen on the varsity for Navarre.
Oh, none? Okay.
None. There's over 20 sophomores with the JV not playing last night, so they probably will get some playing time here in the second half.
Okay.
So we probably will see the backup, James Clark, the quarterback. I seen him warming up there early on. He wears number 9. He's the younger brother of starting linebacker Dwayne Clark. And the Raiders still warming up here in the north end zone with a 31-0 lead. Fort Walton Beach just finally coming out, and they're warming up in the far end zone to our left. Sorry about the screen. We're having some streaming issues, so it's mainly just going to be an audio broadcast the rest of the way. The Raider touchdowns, 3 from Jaden Reese, all via the pass reception, 1 from Xavier Hamilton, and a 46-yard field goal from Taylor Gardner tops off the scoring there in the first half, Mike.
Well, look, I was impressed with Navarre tonight. They seem to be playing with a purpose. That sounded like thunder out there.
Or it might just be Bob walking down the back hallway.
Well, you got a point there.
Nope, Bob's waiting to come back on a little bit here. And we'll push the extreme, but we'll figure out. We won't be able to figure out. I've tried rebooting my hotspot a couple of times. It's not going to work. I've tried, and I don't want to take away from the broadcast that even though it's just audio now, we'll be able to finish this broadcast with an audio feed, and don't want to take the chance of losing all of it. So we're just going to stay with the audio feed and the frozen screen. I apologize for that. Another year, same issues. New same issues? Can't be new same issues, can it? It did. Maybe you should have just stayed in traffic in Destin. No, I'm kidding. Bob's been with me for 4 years now, and it's funny how I want to tell you folks how Bob and I kind of got together here on the air. He joined me one time the previous year, just came in the booth, see how everything went. It was a Thursday night before opening season, opening week, and I'm still looking for a color analyst. And I get a message on Messenger from Bob. Hey, you still looking for a color guy, an analyst? And I said, yeah, you're hired. And that's been 4 years now, and we love doing games together. Bob was around when Washington was president, but before they had the internet. But no, I was going to say Bob was here in 91 when Danny Werfel was a senior here at Fort Walton Beach High School. The year they went 15-0. They trailed early on in the state championship game against St. Thomas, then they went on to score 39 straight points to beat St. Thomas. Danny Werfel went on to his fame at Florida. Not much of a long career in the NFL, but my first year here in the Fort Walton Beach area, Herbert area, and Bob was doing Fort Walton Beach games with, who was the guy you were doing games with?
Mark Stevens, and he's somewhere around here because he lives right next door. His living room is...
So Bob's been around. We've both been around these parts for a while. Me, 30 years, and Bob, a graduate of Fort Walton Beach High School, 1977. And Fort Walton Beach with 2 state titles in 91 we were here for. And the reason we followed Fort Walton Beach High School is Navarre still didn't have a high school. In fact, didn't have their first freshman class until 96. Right. And so 91 and 95, Fort Walton Beach wins state titles. And Brenda Kay and I followed Fort Walton Beach football until Navarre came into existence.
That means a lot of Navarre kids played at Fort Walton.
They had a choice. They could either play at Fort Walton, at Milton, or at Gulf Breeze, depending on where they lived at in Navarre. So they had a choice. So I'm so glad that they decided to build Navarre High School, because I don't know what I'll be doing on Friday nights without Navarre High School.
I think Danny's father was stationed at Culver at the time.
Funny that you bring that up. He was a chaplain in the squadron that I worked in.
Oh, nice.
He was a chaplain for our squadron, the 20th SOS. And so I only heard about Danny because his dad, when he came to our commander's calls, he told him about his son that was a senior at Fort Walton. And they actually lived in Destin, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And but no high school in Destin until this year, football-wise.
This year's first year
and
of football.
It's funny how time kind of wraps his arms around it, because E.G. Green on the 95 Fort Walton Beach State Championship team is now the head coach at Destin, the Destin Sharks.
I had a quick talk with AJ last Sunday at the pep rally.
Taylor with a short kick. It's going to bounce at the 14-yard line. It's returnable. Nice cut back here to the near side, but a great recovery on the tackle there. And that would be Colin Starr on the special teams tackle. A 46-yard kickoff there for Taylor, as long as his field goal was. And the Vikings with the ball at their own 24-yard line as we start the second half. Remember, folks, in the state of Florida, once it gets the 35-point lead, it's running clock the rest of the way. So Fort Walton hands off to Davis, and Bam goes right up to center. Yep, that's right. His name is Bam.
I tell you, he's best part about him. Not that he's he's a big guy, but he's short and staggered. He's got a low center of gravity. So he's got a lot of force, and I think what he's got to learn on right now is just
Would you
hold on
say
to the
that
ball.
he's kind of nimble of feet?
Something like that. But he's got to hold on to the ball. That's going to be key for him as the year goes on.
2nd and 6 for the Vikings from their 27-yard line, just outside their 27.
Fumble
snap. Kurtz gets down on it. I always every time I say that, I go to that song. I'm sorry, folks. Yes, we have a frozen screen. We're aware of it. I apologize. We're having some streaming issues, some bandwidth issues, but we still are able to bring you the audio portion of this broadcast. Kurtz loses his yard, but he maintains possession of the ball. 3rd and 7 for the Vikings from their own 26.
That was a low snap.
It's going to be a handoff to Earl. Looks like he's going to get back to he's going to lose yard. He's back to the 25. He's going to lose 1, and it's going to bring up 4th and 9.
Yeah, that was very low snap. By the time he got it and got his traction, the defensive line was in the backfield.
Tyrell Marshall with the tackle. Fourth punt of the night for the Vikings. Good end over end punt. It's returnable, but he trips over the 40-yard line. There's those yard gods yard monsters that trip the return man. He's got open field to the right side, the far side, but it's only going to be a 4-yard return for Nate Hansen.
But they got great field position. Looks like they're going to be on their 41, start the drive.
Fourth punt of the night for Walton. And we're going to see Hunter Feaster to start the second half here. Probably will not see much of him in this second half.
Yeah, if they get that extra score to get up 35+, they'll probably take him out because you don't want to play loose and have an injury.
Reesa Marshall to the near side. That's Terrence Marshall. It's going to be a handoff to Love, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and lose 2 back to the 39. And a nice tackle there by Carter Tobick.
It was nice on the defensive line. They strung him out, and let the D-backs in the end force him outside and got a 2-yard loss. That was a very good defense on that play.
Marshall and Reese to the near side. Robus and Braden Brown to the top of the screen. A quick hitter to Robus. He's going to get inside the 45, outside the 45. They're going to spot him out at the 49-yard line, a gain of 10 to Robus on his 4th catch of the night.
There was a nice block and a nice cut to the outside to get those extra yards.
10-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. 3rd and a long one for the Raiders at their own 49. Love to the right of Feaster. Twins to the bottom, single to the top, and offsides against Fort Walton. I believe that's going to be encroachment on the defense.
Yeah, you'll take that first down like that anytime.
Because that's one play you don't have to show a future team. First and 10 for the Raiders. Hand off to Love. He breaks one inside the 40, the 30. He runs over his secondary defender of Fort Walton Beach, and what a hit he put on that young man.
Yeah, that defender just stayed up, and he had no leverage or anything, and he just went right through him.
30-yard gain for E.J. Love and a Raider first down. Their 11th first down of the ball game. First and 10 Raiders at just outside the Fort Walton Beach 20-yard line. It's going to be Love off right tackle. He takes on a couple of would-be defenders and pushes them forward to the 16. A gain of, let's call it a gain of 5 for Love. 2nd and 5 Navarre at the Viking 16-yard line.
Now for Navarre, it's just basically controlling the clock, run the ball, and get that lead, and then turn it over to a running clock.
2nd and 5 for the Raiders at the Vikings 16. Feaster back to pass. Reese almost had his 4th touchdown reception of the night, but a nice play by the safety coming up to bat it down.
He did, and the ball was a little behind him, but the safety came up and put that hand out and just knocked it down. That was a very good defensive play.
Going to have to stand up because I can't see down in that corner from my position here in the press box. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5, 3rd and a long 5 for the Raiders at the Vikings 16. Brain Brown in the H-back formation for the Raiders. And we're going to have offside against the Vikings one more